Hey guys, it's Alex. So the 2015 Mustang has been out for a little bit now, and a lot of people are still skeptical about it. A lot of people wonder, if it's something that they should jump to. Some people really love the 11 through 14, as I do. I currently have a modded one. My girlfriend has a bone stock one. So a friend of mine on Facebook has a brand new 2015 Mustang. Looks really good. So I asked him, hey, would you let me review it? He was like, absolutely. I'd love, for you to take a drive in it and give me your honest impression. So hopefully, I'll ask him some straight, honest questions, what he's expected, what he's done, what likes and dislikes that he has, and then he'll let me drive it, and I'll let you know exactly if I like it or dislike it. I'm going to be honest with you. If I like it, I like it. If I don't, I don't. I've seen a lot of people review this car, but they're usually, writers or college kids that, drove their first Mustang, and they say this is the best Mustang ever made. A lot of 15 owners also say this thing's a fucking Bugatti. It's like the best shit in history, whatever. Hopefully I can bring you my perspective, a bro, man, not some bitch. So, waiting for him to get here. This is Zay Gutierrez, guy from Houston. Brought this absolutely gorgeous 2015 Mustang down here to have me look at, have me drive, kind of have me go over the whole thing, see what my impressions are. This thing sounds great, looks great. I'm going to ask him some questions. So Zay, what kind of exhaust do you have in this thing?
Exhaust, I went with Flowmaster Outlaw.
Okay.
Back-to-back exhaust.
Okay.
Along with the Ford Racing resonator.
Okay.
X-pipe and stock headers.
So the Flowmaster come in the quad tip just like this?
No, they don't. That one I actually I ordered those separate.
Oh, okay.
And I went ahead and switched them out. Just cut them up, cut the single tip off and welded the...
Oh, so that's a custom deal, the custom tip. Oh, so it's not a factory setup with the quad tip. Oh, excellent. Now, how long have you owned it for?
I bought the car October 7th.
Okay.
2014. So now, like I said, I've driven it, love it. My weekend car.
So you had a GT before this? What'd you have, like a 13, a 14, 11, a 13? You traded a 13 right for a 15? Hey, no fucking around. I like it. Excellent. So you like it so far? You have how many miles would you say you have on it?
Right now it looks close to 4,000, about 36.
And it's had its first oil change, and it's not ticking.
No, it is not.
Excellent. Okay, well, you mind me taking it for a drive?
No, I don't know.
Okay, sounds good. I'm in Zay's car. He's been nice enough to let me drive it. I'm gonna go up, open it up a little bit here. The thing is that this car's still tight. Everything about it still feels really tight, and I wonder how better it'll get the more it gets driven. It'll just loosen up in terms engine wise, and I'm sure it'll loosen up nicely. It revs easy compared to my girlfriend's car. My girlfriend's car surges at 4,000 RPMs. It kind of goes and at 4 it kind of kicks in. This one is linear. It just kind of keeps going. It revs really free. The steering wheel is awesome. It's tight. The seat is, look, it's the shit. I love the seat. The seat is firm. It holds you nicely. My girlfriend's seat, it's good for like a big fat guy. It kind of makes you, lay in there nice. But when you're taking a tight turn, the thing's gonna end up making you slide. You're not gonna slide in these Recaros. These, according to Zay, these can average between $37,000 and $42,000 around there. Which, when you think about it, for a brand new GT that has Recaro everything, that's not bad at all for a brand new car. I remember when the 11 started coming out. That's what they were asking for those cars. And now, people are laughing at someone trying to get 21, 22, but at the time, nobody was thinking twice about the price. He's got these Flowmasters in this thing, and it drones very slightly, but, compared to 11 through 14s, it doesn't drone as bad as when I had Flowmasters. Besides them rusting out immediately, they drone like a motherfucker. What'd you have before you had the Mustang?
Yeah, I've always had Mustangs, but at one time I wanted to try something different, and I ended up getting a Chevrolet Corvette, a C6.
Oh, C6. Mm-hmm. Well, C6, Camp C6s, people say they're the shit. They're like the best thing ever, but what made you get rid of it?
Honestly, it's just I had problems after problems with it. My girlfriend lived in the shop. It had 10,000 miles, and it was already been to the dealership twice.
Really? And then you got a 13?
And then I got a 13.
And then you got this.
And that's it.
There you go, guys. You know, all you Chevy fanboys can go suck dick. This guy had one and got rid of it for a Mustang. So, yeah, I mean, so far my impressions of the car is, look, you give it gas and it just wants to go. For a stock car with a stock tune, and it weighs more than our cars, it gets up and goes. Now, you know, the other ones, the 11 through 14s, might feel faster because they're slightly lighter, but this one definitely pulls harder. I was driving my girlfriend's car all day. That is a bone stock car. Bone stock tune, nothing done with. And this thing has 20-inch wheels with 373s, which is a similar setup with her 19s and 355s. And this one seems to want to pull a little more. I'm sure with the tune, this thing is just going to be a rocket ship. I've seen these guys. You know, Lethal Performance has one that runs, I think, 1030s, and Bama has one that runs. Take it right here. Bama has one that runs 990s. You know, JPC might know a little bit about that shit too, but you know, that's the rumor. But yeah, look, I'm not gonna lie. I'd love to hate this car because I have a 11. I'd love to hate everything about this car. I'd love to tell you, it's not that great. Fuck that. It's fucking nice. It makes you. It doesn't. You know what? You know why people say it doesn't feel like a Mustang? Because it's fucking nice. It's really nice. It's got a really nice interior. All the switches are really pretty. They're laid out really nicely. The steering wheel's nice size, firm steering. No weird feedback through it. And by hitting some of the bumps, this thing is super smooth. My car has lowering springs, and when you hit a bump, you know you hit a bump. My girlfriend's car, she has 19-inch rims, and you hit a bump, you know you're like, boom. This IRS is it's pretty awesome. And they already have a bunch of parts for these cars, from what I can tell. They already have half shafts. I guess with a half shaft upgrade, you can, you know, go to town with these things. Yeah, they're a little pricey, but just like with anything, it's gonna come down in price. It doesn't feel any wider when you drive it. It looks wider from the outside. You're like, holy shit, this thing's fucking wide. But you know what? It doesn't feel wider when you're driving it. And I was talking to Zay earlier about blind spots. I'm looking through the mirror, and he's right. I don't really have a blind spot in this car compared to my 11 and my girlfriend's 13. It seems like the window being sloped a little more in the back actually does help it. A lot of people might complain that they can't see any, you know, they wish that the window was a little lower. But you know what? When you're switching lanes and you use these mirrors, the car is very visible. It has a lot of visibility. Always with the performance package, you get the strut tower brace. Typical, you know, engine bay. He hasn't done much. Again, this is just his weekend car. And what front fascia is this, or the front lip here?
Everything's a front.
Oh, this is a whole Roush front end.
Front grill, bumper, splitter.
Oh, the whole nine, huh? Now do the fog lights and everything is functional, all that. Oh, very nice. Oh, again, I love the car as it sits. Yeah, did you do the side splitters too? Those are stock. No shit. So, you know, I almost wish you had the stock one to see how it flowed, but it actually flows really nice with the stock stuff. It seems to have the same line all the way across. I'm 5'11", but I have a kind of a tall torso, so my head's already hitting. Not that anyone's gonna be in the back, but if you're gonna try to get a fucking blowjob, you better make sure she's outside and don't put on her knees. Make sure she's outside the car and sucking your dick from outside, because there's no way you're gonna be able to do it from the front, okay? So performance package Mustangs, or I guess newer Mustangs, Zay was telling me, they don't come with spare tires, but what they come with is one of these air compressors, I believe, and one of these things right here, so in case you're on the highway, you need to pee into something, you pee right in here into like a bottle or some shit like that, and then you should be good to go. I'm kidding, this is for the fuel. You know, you can't put fuel from a can unless you use this. But just so you guys know, they don't come with a spare. I don't think any of them come with a spare unless you're willing to pay a little extra money. That, hey, you know what, if you're rolling in something like this, I don't think you want to be seen in a spare anyway. Another thing I noticed when I was driving this car is the brakes. My goodness, the brakes are unbelievable. Now, this car is a performance package car. It's got 6-piston brakes, you said, and the old Brembo cars had 4-piston, and you can't even get your foot near it without, you know, it coming to a stop. It stops really well. These are big brakes, okay? These are the biggest brakes I think Ford has put on a regular GT, besides maybe a GT500 or something like that. What size are the rotors?
The rotor's the same, 14.
14, huh? No shit. That's a big boy rotor. Excellent. Yeah, it stops well. It needs to stop these big wheels too. Too bad they're not black, because, you know, black, they'd be killer. The guy's is a major Roush fan. Roush front bumper cover complete with the splitter. Roush hood scoop, Roush decals, Roush everything. I mean, the guy pretty much is a big Roush fan, and the car just looks unbelievable. The guy, again, tasteful mods. Do you have any springs in it, or is it a stock ride height? Stock performance package springs. Again, it rides really good. We took it for a good romp, opened over a couple of long straightaways and some good turns. I'm telling you, the car runs, drives, handles, and stops really well, and it looks great. You really don't appreciate how good it looks until you get really close to the car up in front. And you know, when you see it online and on magazines, you're like, oh, it looks like a Fusion. Bullshit. It doesn't look like a Fusion. It doesn't look like an Accord. It has its own distinctive look. It drives great, runs great. I mean, you'd be silly not to at least consider this car. So, like I said to you guys earlier, I want to hate this car. I want to hate this car, but now I want this car. Obviously I can't swing it, you know, and YOLO's not rolling in dough like that, nothing like that. Zay was nice enough to come down. He tells me things like the blind spot's a little better on the car, and he's right. You know, he's not just blowing smoke up my ass. He's telling me the blind spot on the car is better. He says it revs nice and it doesn't seem to lock you out, but he doesn't beat on his car. This is his weekend toy. He's not out there beating the shit out of it like I am, like a fool. I think he's done some real tasteful mods to the car. He's rolling on what are they called? Belgian
VMB5.
VMB5s. 20 by 8.5 in the front. 2010s in the back. He's wrapped with some 295 Nitto Invo. So guys, you wanted me to review this car? Well, there it is. I gave you as best a review I can do. You know, I'm not some college faggot, you know, giving you reviews on the only car he's ever driven. It's comfortable, it's really nice, it seems a little classier than anything else that I've driven that Ford has put out in terms of Mustang. What mods do you have like for the future? Like what plans do you have? Do you want to boost it? Do you want to just keep it as is and enjoy it for a while? What are your plans?
I do want to boost it. I want to put an actual Roush supercharger.
Oh, okay, like a TVS.
TVS.
And you're gonna have Bama tune it, I heard?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I heard they're the best ones. You know, they're the ones having the fastest Coyote out there, right?
Yeah, that's what I heard too. Bama's just the shit. Awesome. So there you go, guys. Another happy Bama customer. He's gonna get a Roush supercharger and have Bama tune it. So he'll probably be calling me for an engine or something. Who knows? But anyway, I really want to thank Zay. Thank you very much again. I really appreciate you letting me review your car. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this too. Thanks.